Let's go. Okay. I'm streaming at 60 frames per second, which seems excessive. 30 frames per second only. Scrubs. 30 FPS, 15 FPS or get out.
We only need 2 frames where we're going.
Where we're going, we don't need frames. It's... Dang it, Fafner. No! Delete that. Delete this. So what are we doing today? Downtime. Yep. So I got the PDF. I got the downtime activities, and I don't know what page it's on some people's, but you can take a look at it on page 153, which is 162 out of 337 of the PDF. You can take a look at downtime activities. Between scores, your crew spends time at their liberty, attending personal needs and side projects. These are called downtime activities in bold. See list at the right. During a downtime phase, each PC has time for two only, downtime activities. And when you're at war, which probably will not happen this campaign, sorry, but maybe, each PC has time for only one. Because I don't know how to do war. I don't want to deal with a war. War sucks. I've been playing too much Fire Emblem. Now I hate war. The necessary evil of war. Anyway, you may choose the same activity more than once. This is important. You can only attempt actions that you're in a position to accomplish. If an activity is contingent on another action, resolve that action first. Okay? A PC can make time for more than 2 activities at a cost. Each additional activity from the list costs 1 coin or 1 reputation. This reflects the time and resulting resource drain while you're off the clock and not earning from a score. When you complete a new score, you reset and get 2 free activities again. Got it?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Activities on downtime list are limited. Normal actions are not during downtime. You can still go places, do things, make action rolls, gather information, talk with other characters, etc. In other words, only activities that are on the list are limited. Okay? Yep. Finally,
Okay.
For any downtime activity, you can take plus 1d to a roll if a friend or contact helps you. After the roll, you may spend coin after the roll to improve the result level. So, for example, if you roll 1 to 3, the result becomes a 4. If you roll 5, you can get a 6, and so forth and so on. And if you can't decide a downtime activity to pick, I can offer you a long-term project idea, or you can come up with your own long-term project idea to know what you're interested in, what you like, things like that. Okay? So, the downtime activities are acquiring assets, which is like getting doctors or lawyers or police on your side or cohorts. Long-term project is a long-term project. It's like I want to build a Gatling gun. Sure. Okay, that's just an example because we love anachronism here. Recover is if you've been injured, if you've got like a sprained leg or a broken leg, or you've lost a toe. Reduce heat, I don't think you'll ever need to use because I don't want to learn how to use heat. I'll probably have to learn how to use heat.
It was literally like 5 pages before this page.
Yeah.
It explains it.
I don't want to learn. I just skipped to this part. But I can read about heat and start using heat and start punishing you with heat. You can train, that's train yourself, train your cohorts, or you can indulge in your vice, which reduces stress. Speaking of stress, the dark gray boxes are for trauma. The other boxes are for stress. So mark your stress and understand how much stress you actually have. You should only have 10. If you have maxed out your stress, you get a trauma. We'll have to talk about trauma. But other than that, that's me reading from a PDF for 6 minutes. Sorry about that. So you've got some downtime.
All right, I guess I could begin.
Okay.
Because first off, I desperately need healing, and second off, you did mention that a particular character did want to say a few things to me last time, but we didn't go through any of those scenes.
Which character was that again?
By my vice character.
Ah, yes. So, you should go visit your vice character. Um, so this time when you go to visit her, you don't just appear in her room. You actually have to walk through the shadow brothel, the brothel that's in the shadow realm, the spirit brothel, to get to where her room is. I mean, they know you well enough and they can see the haggard state you're in, so they don't bother you, they don't question you, they just kind of usher you along urgently because they know that their boss would be very pissed off if you like collapsed or, or lost your mind wandering through. But it's very important that she make the statement that you need her more than she needs you. So you get into the velvet room, the lights come on, and she greets you with a smile. Sensui, my dear, you look like shit.
Yes, unfortunately, I had a bit of a bad job. Botched it, ran into a spider, things went fairly poorly until they didn't, and now I'm here.
Oh, you're poisoned. Oh, my pet, come here.
Alright, so,
Who bit you? I will destroy her.
oh, large spider wandering the forest. Didn't catch her name, because there was another one, actually.
Oh, goodness. This place is just crawling with spirits. She, go ahead and indulge your vice as she takes care of you.
Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Indulge vice. Bonus die 0. Oh,
You got 6. Nice. Good job. You have 8 stress. Jesus. Well, now you have 2 stress.
Yep.
All right. You take care of that. She thanks you for the information, and you don't see the shard that she got from anything like that. She doesn't have anything with her. It's just a nice, luxurious room.
Mm-hmm.
But she gives you a pat. I don't know, a kiss on the cheek. I don't know how this works. I don't know how FWB works, and then she sends you on the way to go do whatever it is that else you need to do.
Alright, so I guess that's my scene for now then, so
Who
I'll
wants-
break for now and let somebody else go.
Yep, who wants to go next? Yumi,
I'll go next.
Kalara, you have a baby.
Yeah. So first, I just looked up how you level up, and when you earn XP, you choose where you put it. You don't just always put it in Playwing Advancement. So I did not know.
Oh yeah, you can put it in Insight Prowess or Resolve.
I didn't really read the PDF that much. So I get 2 actions then. You said right?
Yep, you get 2.
Well, so I am going to one of the actions here. Let me go back to that page.
You can acquire asset, do a long-term project, vice, train, DC.
I want to work on a long-term. Well, actually, first, I have a concussion.
You do.
I don't even know where is that. That's what was it under harm? Because where did I put that?
That's a more serious harm because it was from a desperate maneuver.
So it's level 2 then.
Yeah, it's a level 2.
Okay, well I'm gonna give it. That's -1 dice. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go visit the old doctor.
You're gonna go visit Rao. He doesn't like you.
Yeah, but he's still a contact that can heal. So.
Okay, let's take you over to Rao's clinic.
Him not liking me to get my brain looked at.
Oh, you're already here, and so is there's a bunch of people here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'll bring you back later. Bow. Okay, so you're here, and he's like, the foreigner. What a... He curls his lip. Pleasure. I can't believe they let Riff laugh like you in here, Kazusa? Yes. Let's Riff like you in here, but of course I have sworn a Hippocratic oath, so I must treat even the trash. How can I...
I don't think that was around at this point.
Shush. It was. is
The
like
great demon hypocrite.
that's the great demon hypocrite.
You mean around in Japan or around in general?
I think it was a few years later. Wasn't it around the same time as the Red Cross was established, which would have been, I think, more about a decade ago or later?
Oh well, whatever. He says, "I am sworn by our Lord, the Lord
I
of
can
this
see
town.
the future, by the way.
I can see the future to treat even the trash. So how may I serve you?"
All right. Well, let me. So the rules for healing are on page 155.
Yep. Let me take a read.
So what's basically the quality of the healing is how many dice I roll. 1 to 3 is 1 segment on that clock. 4 to 5 is 2. 6 is 3. And then when you clear the clock, everything goes down by 1.
Yep.
So a 2 becomes a 1. 1 becomes 0.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I mean, he's a good doctor.
He is. He's not an asset that you've acquired, though. He's just available. See, in order,
a friend is an asset that I have.
Oh, that's true. That's right. They count as assets, even though he's.
Maybe he's a rival, but I still have access.
Yes, you still have access. Okay, good point.
He also doesn't like me, so maybe it's lower than normal.
So it's just 1 dice, right? Or how many dice is it? It's
what quality you think it is.
Okay.
Like how good of a doctor is he?
He's I'd say he's a 2 dice quality doc. Well, he did stitch on everybody else's legs. For right now, until you level him up, he's a 2 dice quality doctor. He's giving you 2 dice quality of work because he doesn't like you. He might give better quality work to somebody else.
Alright, so 2 dice.
2 dice.
So that's 2 ticks. So I'm not fully healed yet, but I'm halfway there.
Yeah, you're halfway there. So you can do it again, or you can do something else. And you do
I'll
have
spend coin.
You can also
I have 2 coin.
You do have 2 coin, and you also have a shard. Don't forget. You have that on you. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but don't forget you have a baby and you have a shard. Rao doesn't like you got this big red baby. Rao doesn't really like the baby. He doesn't hate the baby.
It's only 1 segment, because I only did. You only picked
1 to 3. Only 1 dice, so you get 1 segment.
I'll just kind of. Yeah. I'm gonna spend a coin to make that 2.
Okay. Go ahead and spend a coin, make it 2. I will.
Push up to the next level.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all I'm gonna do for that.
So Rao puts a cold compress on your head and has you stay awake so you don't fall asleep with concussion. Even though he's tempted to give you bad advice, he is sworn to do well. So yeah, and then once you feel a little bit better, a little less dizzy, your vision's a little less blurry, but you're still mildly concussed. So
still -1 die.
Yep, still -1 dice, which may have counted for your recovery, but don't worry about it. I forgot about that. That would have been nasty. Let's not do that.
No, that's not there.
Yes,
it's really rolling the doctor's role, not mine.
This is Rao saying racist things. Get out of here.
Yeah, oh no.
That's not getting out. That is just making noise while I baff at you. Get.
I am also gonna do stress relief.
Such a
cute noise. I have a bunch of stress.
Okay. Go ahead, or we can, go ahead and do your stress relief. This is indulging in luxury again, going out on the town.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's obligation. That's right.
Yes.
I'm still gonna move you to the town map.
Get any bonus dice?
So you get 3. So you go out and spend. You don't overindulge. I forgot to. No, because it's not more than your stress.
No, my vice is not overindulging.
Yes.
My vice is taking care of my family from a distance.
Yes. No. I'm saying you don't have to. You don't overindulge because your dice is less than your vice.
Okay.
Your stress.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Sorry.
all I'm doing. I'm done.
If you roll higher than your stress level, then you overindulge.
Yes. Okay. Who's next?
I'll go next.
All right. What do you want to do?
I'm going to train.
Okay. So what page is training on? Let me read.
It's just put an XP in a track.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and do that. Where do you go train,
did.
and how do you do it? Who do you train with somebody? Do you
No,
take?
I think I'd go out to the outskirts of town away from everybody and train probably just physical.
Okay. Makes sense. While you were out there training, a man in an elaborate kimono approaches you and asks you for directions.
Is it a yokai?
Yes.
I ignore him.
Okay, he looks sad and wanders off to ask somebody else for directions further along the road, and then distantly you hear a scream.
Yep. Right decision. Yokai can't fuck with you if you don't pay attention to them.
He's not
If
particularly
you have to
insistent.
initiate, they're relying on you to start the thing.
Yep. Okay. Do you want to do anything else while you are here? Acquire an asset, or
let's see. I wanted to see if I could train twice. I think you can, but
Yes,
you
you
have to take
can.
the XP in a different track.
Yeah. I think you have to mark the XP in a different track.
Okay, because I am kind of hurting for XP, so I'm going to do that and put it in my prowess track.
Okay. Cool. You train twice. No other some playful little spirits like that fairy that you sent off has never come back.
Oh, she'll show up eventually.
No, she won't. But
Don't kill Cherno. Don't do this to me.
she's already dead. Oh, Mariwa Shideri or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. I can't do the deep voice. All right, who wants to go next?
I'm also training, so I'll go next.
Okay. So where do you go and how do you train?
Well, I want to train prowess, so I think I can train that by sparring with my pugilist friend Kazusa.
Yes, she will. Kazusa will absolutely spar with you. She suplexes you through a tree. She's very powerful. You have to understand my horny style of kung fu, she says.
I want like the cameras cutting between Hiji's training and Asahi's training, and Hiji's like very deliberate and smart about his training, and Asahi's just getting thrown around.
It's true. Once you're done training and wiping off the sweat, a man in an elaborate kimono walks up to Kazusa and asks her for directions. She smiles and gives him directions, and he bends over and opens up his kimono and shows her his butt, which has an eye in the
With an
butthole.
eye.
And she shrieks and swings at him, and he scampers away.
Weird mascot for this campaign, but all right.
It's not the Tsuchinoko. It's gonna keep coming up until you deal with it.
We're not going to. It's just a Shirimi. It's not like killing people.
It's largely harmless. It's
Look,
the
we
ghost.
just gotta
All
wait
right.
until we get a lot of money for dealing with an easy problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I also want to train my resolve,
Okay.
which is the like dealing with other people
Yep.
stuff. I want to train by preparing for a lawsuit against the butthole eyeball yokai.
You should train the other way around. You should train to defend him.
No. This is dealing with it. We're going to sue him. And when he can't pay the fine, he's going to skip town.
I can't wait for this long-term activity.
Yeah, this actually doesn't sound like training. This sounds like a long-term project.
I'll do that instead.
Okay, you can begin your
I
long
want to train, but I want this dumb idea more.
Okay. Yes, so you begin your long-term project of beginning to draft the paperwork. Kosei is incredibly helpful to you because, you
Whether I want him to or not.
Yes. So he helps you find the correct paperwork while grumbling and scornfully, but you can begin filling out the proper paperwork to begin this lawsuit against this yokai. And he's like,
I need
"Who?"
to roll an appropriate trait, so I'm gonna roll study.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mess with the stuff because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Does Kosei add something?
Yeah, well, if he's an asset, he is an asset of yours because he's your rival. So yeah, you can add a dice because he's doing mundane actions.
Okay.
Oh, you got that 6.
Nice.
All right. So you
That's 5 ticks.
That's
on the
5
clock.
ticks on the long-term
So
clock.
You just do it because the clock is 4.
Oh,
Well,
is
where's
no
the
no.
project clock?
A
different?
long-term project clock is still 10 ticks, right?
Let me look. I thought I just looked at it.
I'm pretty sure a
Long-term
long-term project is supposed to take a long-term time.
Also, it's only 3. It's only a crit if I get 2 6s.
Yeah.
You decide how many spots are on it, depending on how complicated it is.
Pursuing this dude.
I mean, that sounds fairly complicated.
That sounds, yeah. I'm gonna say I am going to say
I
that
feel
it's
like
a
10 would be the
8 or
minimum.
10.
yeah. I think I'm gonna set it at 10. So this is at, you said you got 2, 3, so you're at 4 of
3.
10. 3, yeah, 4 of 10.
No, a crit is 5.
He didn't
But
get
I
a
didn't
crit.
crit.
He just got a
Oh, yeah,
standard
right.
result, which
yeah,
is
that's
2.
right.
So it's a 3 of 5 or 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
math. Math is hard. Thank you for helping me with the math. I put your long-term project in the clocks. So there you go.
All right. So I basically just went to the library, read through all the law books,
Yep.
drafted up on the this class action lawsuit.
I'm fucking around my thing. You can make clocks in your sheet. I didn't
Oh,
know
nice.
that.
Oh,
In the
I'll try and
clock
figure out how to
section.
do that during the
Yep.
remaining turns.
Okay, I'm not gonna learn how to do that. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep using the sheet. It's easier for me to
I love
parse that information.
how we continue to ignore a majority of the rules in this.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna actually use the engagement rule as the next thing we do, because
All right, I figured it out. Who's next?
The people versus Goatsy.
Everybody who has ever been traumatized by Goatsy.
Oh my god.
We all get 0.01 of a cent from the Goatsy guy.
It's more about making him pay.
Exactly. All right, so Yumi, it sounds like you want to volunteer
Wait, what?
to do your thing next, because I think
Oh,
Sensui
yes.
wants to go last.
Yeah, I can go
I'll do
whenever.
mine. So I have 2, correct?
Yes, you have 2 actions. Where you want to go?
Okay, first thing is I desperately need to blow off steam
Okay.
and get rid of some of the stress.
Yep.
And that sounds like a wonderful opportunity to indulge in my vice.
Okay, let's take you over to the gold bullion. You've got, VIP access
Actually?
at this point. Oh, not going to the gold bullion. Where are you going this time?
Actually,
You just gonna drink at the bar? Just get smashed at the bar? Go back there. Sorry.
no, I'm thinking about it. Like at first, I almost said jokingly that I think she kidnaps Ark and makes him drink with her for like a day and a half.
I mean, you can do that. It'll give you, I believe it gives you a bonus dice because you're doing a mundane action with one of your mundane cohorts.
Yeah, I think I will do that.
Okay, he'll come with you. He'll pull up a chair and sit right next to you and match you drink for drink until he gets utterly sloshed because you're way better at drinking than he is. And they'll chat you up, comradely. Sorry, I don't do words well.
Lies, you do words very well.
Oh no.
Why don't we get 1?
Because you rolled a 1.
So you only clear 1 stress.
You only clear 1 of your 6 stress, so you've got 5 stress now. So be careful. with stress. And remember, you can always make a deal with the devil instead of getting stress. We all know
damn,
how
I was
well.
gonna do. I was gonna do another thing for my other action, but I feel like I really should do this again.
You can always just spend a coin to do it.
Oh, also, do you get a second dice because she's using he's drinking with her. Ark is drinking with her.
I think it's just your stat there.
Okay,
You
it's
don't
just
get
your
bonus
stat.
dice on it.
All right, no bonus dice on that. Oh well.
Can I do that again?
Yes, you can do it. You can do a thing twice.
That's 5. That's so many. Yeah, I think I have to. All right.
Come
Please
on,
don't roll one again.
I'm rooting for you. Don't overindulge. Don't overindulge.
4.
4. Yep. Take the lowest result. Yep. Okay. So you just you have one stress left, but Ark is just like laying on the ground, slurring, telling you how pretty you are and how much he admires you and how much he enjoys working with you and how grateful he is for you paying for this, how he owes you, and how grateful he is for you breaking him out of jail.
Oh, I'm not paying for this. Whether he knows it or not, I've used his money the whole time.
He definitely has it. Also, because you rolled a 1, I'm going to tick up that bounty hunter. Don't worry about it.
There's a bounty hunter now?
There's a bounty hunter.
Oh, that's my guy.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about it. It's not your problem. It's Ark's problem. Because he's leading a group of revolutionaries. It needs to be put down. In fact, how drunk are you?
Extremely.
You might not even notice Haruko casting like glances over at Ark and like checking her sword and then looking back over at him.
Definitely not.
She is considering it while he is so in this weakened state, but she restrains herself because he is under your purview. All right, Sensui, it's you. You're left.
All right, so which one of the jailbreak idiots would be the easiest to track down?
Probably Justice or Maslow. I mean, Ark is right there on the floor too, if you want to do him, but he's kind of out of commission.
Just gonna walk into the bar, look at him, carry on.
Justice and Maslow are having an intense conversation about about how much the Meiji Empire is gonna suck.
All right, so I guess this would probably count as acquiring an asset, right?
Yes, this is acquiring an asset because they're not in your cohort yet. So which one of them do you want to grab? Justice would be your first spirit cohort. Maslow is another mundane cohort or another quote-unquote demon type cohort. You already have one of those in Ark. Though this would be acquiring it for the whole crew, whereas Ark is an asset that only Yumi has access to right now as he is her rival.
All right, so you know what? For now, I'm going to interview them. Since
Okay.
we sits down at the table, orders a drink or like a bottle for the table, I think.
Okay. A bottle of sake, I guess. It's not spiders this time.
Special brand sake. It's not spiders.
Made from spiders by spiders. Justice thanks you and pours himself a drink. Maslow says he does not drink. He's a teetotaler, but he thanks you for the. He does not. I do not imbibe any substance that disrupts my focus and concentration.
Very well, very well.
But I will have a water with you, he says, pulling out a canteen and pouring water into a shot glass or whatever to one of those tiny cups and taking a little sip.
So, I've been thinking, we got you out of jail the other day. I'm wondering why you were even there in the first place.
Oh, Well, we're there. We're there. Justice interrupts Maslow as Maslow is about to actually give a real answer. We're there because we fight for the cause of justice against this tyrannical Meiji Empire, he says. Everybody murmurs. He's talking quite loudly. Ark is like, it's not like that. We don't hate the Meiji Empire. We don't like the shogunate either. We want a constitutional monarchy. Maslow puts his head in his hands.
Interesting. So, this is an odd town to have chosen, however.
Oh,
Why this one?
Oh, I didn't choose this town, says Justice. This town chose me. Maslow groans.
So you wandered in and got stuck, is that it?
That would be the correct answer, yes. All of us are stuck. Maslow says, yes, I too have been unable to leave this wretched place.
Well, I don't believe I have answers just yet, but I believe it would be a good idea to assure our mutual survival, yes?
We do still owe you for releasing us from our confinement. I'm having a difficult time coming up with really elaborate ways to say very simple stuff for Maslow. I'm sorry. So yes, repaying that debt would be something that is most in my interest.
Is that so? Alright, I guess I will roll. So we roll our crew's tier to get assets.
So you should be...
Our crew is a tier of 1.
Yes, you should be a tier 1, so you get 1 dice.
Alright, so 1d6.
Nope.
So, tier -1. Which one of these idiots is the worst?
Probably Justice. He's gonna be the least helpful. He's like, I'm a powerful wizard. I can do magic. And Maslow's like, you're a freaking, you're a terrorist who can do explosions. They're good explosions, though, says Justice. Maslow can't disagree with that. They are good explosions.
Explosion.
The quality of your explosions is admirable. Sorry, I gotta say it more pretentiously. Sorry, Sensui.
Explosions. I don't know if it would be the best idea to draw so much attention to ourselves, but we do have a job which might be helped by explosions if things go terribly south.
Oh, well, I would be grateful to help. Now, the 1 does mean you get them, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, if you all recall, you do have an offer. Chiho Sasaki is offered to leave her window open tonight so that you can go into the manor. And explore
figure out what's going on with the whole yokai baby trafficking thing.
Yes.
Oh, though, real quick, if anybody has any other downtime stuff they want to do, you can spend a coin for it.
And you have 4 coin left.
Total?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
I have 1 coin.
No, but you have a crew total coin of 5, but you spent 1, so now you have 4.
Okay.
All right, and in addition, one thing that having a crew does get you is +1 in attune.
Yep.
So we all have at least 1.
Yep, you all have 1 attune now. If you had no attune before, you have +1 attune now. Especially since you have a spirit cohort in the form of Justice, who is a spirit.
That's not an actual dot in my sheet, though. That's just a bonus. Right?
Yeah, it's just a bonus. Well,
Yeah,
you might want to you might want to put it on your sheet so it doesn't make you roll at a minus, but just remember that that's a temporary dot. It's not like, or is it a permanent dot? I don't know how it works.
The training is a permanent in attune, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it is.
Our ally, though, is the 1 die.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not permanent. It's an ally.
Yeah. Well, you get the attune though.
Yep.
Uh, if this do you tell Justice about and Maslow about the scoundrel stealing children?
I should know about that, right? I think I was around when that was mentioned.
You were kind of semi around, but I don't know how much you've been told. Actually, I don't think you've been told yet by Kalari or Yumi, though Yumi is sitting right there. You could easily overhear Justice talking very loudly, Yumi, about things, and Ark is kind of babbling, like, argumentatively with Justice about what he's saying.
All right. Oh, and
I'm
one more
incredibly
thing.
hungover. I just want them to stop.
Real quick, we also get a special ability, but we can probably decide on that later if you just want to read them over while we do other stuff.
Yeah, they're
Technically, we've accidentally chosen our crew upgrade already. That's the plus 1d to quality rolls.
yeah. I'm gonna change that from demon to mundane, but yes.
Okay. But yeah, the special abilities, we get one of those at the start, so we can decide on that later when we're not in the middle of stuff.
Yeah. So what else do we do? You got some missions that you can undertake, and we can begin a new scam for y'all to run. You've got
Score.
yes, a new score. It's a scam when it's y'all.
All right, so I guess
what are
with my
the
business...
options? Then we can maybe do gather information we need to.
Yeah. So you've got the Gotsu yokai who is kind of being taken care of already. You've got the
That's a minor thing. That's not like it has to be like a big complex thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so what you've got left on clocks is the baby, which you're at 1 of 10 out of. Finding the parent of the baby. You're helping him into the chair. Thank you. You've got this inspecting the shards with Michiko, which is a clock that is looking pretty grim right now. Or you've got inspecting the shards with the constable, which is an even clock. You can see it up here at the top. The bounty hunter is a secret clock that Yumi has been too drunk to recognize has been ticking up. But yes.
So I kind of feel like the shard ones; those are actually like the long term. Those are like long term projects, because like I've been reading the PDF while I haven't been talking here, and like generally like a score has a array of clocks that go into it, but they don't like persist afterwards because they're like the stuff you're overcoming in the score.
This is more learning about things. So it's more, I guess you're right, it's more of like a long-term downtime thing, and there isn't really there's a consequence for fucking it up, but it's not like anything else. So you've got the Tsuchinoko that hopefully Yumi and Sensui have told you about, and I guess I have to open up with a new thing. So, people have been getting in more trouble lately. Asuka has told you that a new demon has started taking root in the woods. This demon rides a chariot of fire, and it's been tearing around the place, hunting down people with guilt in their souls. That's why it's been harassing her, because she's been cursed to be a spider lady. So Asuka will tell you that she's being harassed by a Chariot of Fire demon. Sensui, that doesn't sound particularly delightful for you.
That sounds alright.
All right, so I've got the help of, and she just motions to Justice.
Yep.
That guy.
He's here. Yep. I'm a powerful magician. I got lightning power. Check it out. He rubs his feet on the ground and then reaches out to touch you.
It does not work on a stone floor.
It does not. He looks a little like sad when it doesn't actually spark you. No, it works at on the carpeted floor in the brothel. So weird. Maslow just groans. Ark is asleep in his sagging in his chair asleep because he drank too much. So Maslow takes some of what little is left of the money that he got from Kalari and uses it to pay his tab.
All right, so what is it we're looking to do? Kalari, Hijikata, you look like you've been busy.
The baby
Yeah.
starts crying.
The baby is fine.
Shinji is screaming and wailing and making all manner of noise.
Did we make that canon? Did we decide it was Shinji?
That's
I will start a clock to investigate the baby's mother next downtime, but I was kind of fucked up this time. Okay, so let's take that chariot sounds bad. We should probably deal with that.
It sure
Tsuchinoko
does.
will probably be there next time.
The Tsuchinoko, they're just living their lives. We don't need
They
about
have a shard. Speaking of shards, what are you doing with the one that you have?
I had one.
Yes, you do.
I'll decide later. Let's deal with this chariot thing.
Is there anybody that could describe what this chariot exactly looks like?
So I've also read in the gather information rules. So before you start at school, if you need information to get to do a thing, you basically just ask a question, then you decide how you make a roll. If it's easy, Jenna would just tell you. But if it's complicated, you got to make a roll to learn information, and then we keep doing that until we have enough information to actually do the score.
All right, so sight would probably be pretty easy then, right? Because you don't miss a flaming chariot. I think we wouldn't really have much issue finding that.
Yeah, this is pretty easy information that I'm willing to largely give you until you start really, really investigating where it might be or what it is.
Yeah,
All
what does
it-
it look like?
Asuka's like, all it does is scream about my guilt. It looks like this.
Have you thought about doing something about your guilt? And also, being a little softer because my head hurts really badly right now.
Listen here, you. This is my normal voice. I talk like a normal human girl that I once was before I got cursed to be a terrible spider monster.
Yes,
should
yes,
have
we know
some
all
respect.
about your
You shouldn't be
long
so down on
story.
yourself. Calling yourself a terrible spider monster isn't really good for
Yeah, you're really more of a mediocre spider monster, TBH.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say you should be more positive about yourself.
She looks very, very upset and like curls her hand into a fist and says, "You're lucky that I know that all 5 of you can beat me up." And she scuttles away because she's not she's willing to give you this information, but she'll describe it as 2 horses of flame pulling a chariot also made of flame.
I'm surprised it's not a one you do.
Maybe we need to direct this more.
So how did we get from Meiji era Japan to the Book of Ezekiel that fast?
Don't worry about it.
It's the only flaming chariot that I could find, but this is actually a demon. I think you found the name of it. It hunts down the guilty.
No, this is different.
Yeah.
I'll give you the link because it's way better than a chariot.
Oh man.
Okay, so this might help us. We'll gather information. What is our plan gonna be? Like, what type are we gonna assault this thing? We're gonna try to sneak up on it and do something. How what's our
Can I use a tune to sort of try to figure out how it moves? I want to investigate
Well-
the ghost field and see if this thing is ripping and tearing through paths.
But I
or
think we
where
want
it's
to plan
going.
first.
Yeah, I think we need to decide what kind of plan we're gonna do. Then we gather based on how to get to that point.
There are
So,
6
do you
general
wanna-
plans.
Yes, that's what I'm at. It's on page 127.
It's on page 127, and I think in our character sheets.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes, there too. So basically, we decide a plan, and then
Ah,
the detail.
this rules. Sorry, we should definitely put this one in here. I'll add this one. This isn't. In fact, I'll add this one right now. You can
This is
definitely
the core
encounter
part of
this
the
one.
game.
Hmm.
This rules. This rules,
So-
Spreadmaster. Thank you.
So basically, the way this works is we pick a way we're gonna go about this problem, one of these types, and we come up with the detail of how we're gonna do one of these things to start with. We make an engagement roll that basically says how well the beginning part goes and in what state we are in when we start the plan. So if we roll great, we just like skip a bunch of problems. If we roll badly, everything goes wrong right at the very beginning and we're in a bad spot. And
Yep.
then from there we start doing other shit to solve the problem or do the score, etc., etc.
Thank you, Jeff.
We're not all actually like, high planning heisters. We don't know this. So we don't worry about all the minor details. Like the minor details don't matter in this. That's what we skip of this.
Yeah, we skip the minor details. So Asuka is willing to describe to you, and she's willing to tell you that it's like the wheels move, but it floats.
Okay. I suggest that we should engage with stealth of this, find out where it like lives, and then like disruptive is keeping it tied to this place, and then it would just go away. We don't have to fight it because it's a big scary chariot of fire. That's my suggestion.
I like
What do you
that
guys think?
suggestion.
I'm also down for stealth.
I suppose
like-
that he.
To get rid of this in a way that isn't just me fighting it.
But you're good at fighting.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
definitely good at
right
fighting
now.
fire.
We're worrying about the optimal goal here, the best case.
Well,
Let's
this
start
does.
optimistic.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go after a potential tie to this plane. Provided one actually exists, it would make the most sense to disrupt that and skip the entire thing. I would very much like to not have to fight something in quite the position I did last night.
Then for this one, we would need to figure out A, what are the places we need to infiltrate, and B, the point in which we infiltrate it. And that's the important thing.
So it's been
That's-
terrorizing people on the road. I can give you that information as well for free. The
So
same
I
road
would
that
like to
that
then-
the Gotsuyo guy is terrorizing
Okay,
people
so
on.
that's not enough
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I am going to gather information. I am going to go. My dice here. The exact words. I am going to go survey and try to track down where it's coming from every time it comes out and starts bothering people.
Okay. Are you bringing the baby with you?
No. I'm
Who
not
are you
bringing the baby
leaving
with
in
me
charge with the baby?
on the I'm sure the crew can watch the baby for a couple hours.
Are you give the baby to Maslow or Justice?
Not Justice. That's the explosive one, right?
Yep.
Justice is the explosive one. Ark is too
Give
drunk
them-
for babies.
I give them very detailed instructions
Okay.
on how to take care of the baby, and I tell them that if the baby comes any harm, they will come to harm,
Oh
and
dear.
they leave.
Okay, Maslow nervously takes the baby. He doesn't even know how to hold it. It's fine.
They'll
Great,
figure it
I
out.
have a baby. He feeds the baby because the baby is still making, Shinji is still making all kinds of noises. All right,
Okay, so to investigate.
so you're gonna go survey the woods. Is that it? Or, well, that's the road. You're heading to the road.
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit, I didn't clear off these pogs. Excuse me. All of you go over here.
So
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
already here?
roll, and using heavy equipment raises the threshold of success, right?
Yes.
The number
Get
of
this
dice.
spider out of here. You're dead now. Yes.
Let me look at this. Do I use? Let me read this here.
Did I delete Sensi or did I
It looks
put
like
on
it's
there?
I got
it's
it.
a.
Okay.
So I guess there would be an obstacle here because I am trying to not get seen by it.
Yes. So this is gonna be risky because, well, how much guilt do you have? Tell me about your guilt.
What a question. I'm gonna say risky,
Okay, that's what I figured.
but
So
it'd
this
be
is,
a great effect if I do it because I have my spyglass.
yep.
And
You also have your bird if you want to use your bird.
Yeah, that'll give me a bonus dice. I'll use that.
5. Nice.
Nice.
So that is action rolls are on page.
This is actually on page 37.
Page 37.
So a great success is I get exceptional details. The information complete and follow-up questions may expand the info related to areas of real more than I hoped for.
Okay.
Because these aren't quite like action ones because I'm just getting information. I'm not engaging with it. Like the worst that could happen is like I would see me run away. I wouldn't learn anything.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So great success is you get exceptional details. Okay. So it hovers over the air, like it hovers off the ground, so it doesn't even leave like flaming tracks in the ground, but it does like singe the leaves. So you can follow the singe of the leaves and the disruption that it's causing on the road up towards where it's coming from. And you find like buried, like how to put it, like a grave, like a shallow grave that's unmarked, and it's surrounded by those little stones with knots tied around them that say, "Hey, don't go,
Jinzo.
don't, yeah, Jinzos, don't pass here."
Tizo or Tizo?
Yeah. But it's a shallow, unmarked grave, and you rolled well enough that there's no negative. I don't think it doesn't say. Yeah.
And just gather information. It's just getting information. Like there's no negative effect with it. You just if you do roll bad, you just don't get information, and that avenue is closed to you.
Yes, and you can kind of see where like the area around here is scorched. Let me move you up towards where the grave is.
You don't need to yet because I'm not going yet.
Okay.
So I guess my question is because since this is like a job,
you're gonna need to get paid for this now.
Well, we will, but let's not worry about that fiction because we'll get paid for it.
Yes.
That would be the ultimate goal of where the thing is. What is in the way between us and that thing?
Well, the barrier. You can't cross it.
Okay. So that would have to be our point of entry somehow, or like we have to figure out how to get past that. Then
you have to figure out how to.
That's our main goal.
Yeah, you have to get past the barrier to mark the grave or do something to ease the spirit's soul, so that it stops, admonishing people for their guilt.
Okay, so then I think that's enough. So then our engagement roll would really pretty much say at what step of the plan are we at that getting past that barrier when we roll. We could just blow past it and be fine, or we could have to deal with problems when we're there.
I'm kind of curious what your plan is for getting past the barrier to determine how close you are to getting through it.
So
are you gonna blow it up?
That right now that doesn't matter. The detail is just the point of infiltration. The roll kind of tells us how good or bad we're doing, and then we can decide that in fiction after that happens.
Okay, so how close you are with that 5 is you've already got a good idea of how to get through this. So I'm gonna say like this is like a 5 clock to just get through this.
No clock yet, so we still have an engagement roll. So this is what this lets us do. So the way the engagement roll works is we do a roll. You make a dice pool based on the information we have and the difficulty of the job and stuff like that. So page 128.
Page 128, okay.
Yes. So the results of that roll kind of tell us where we are at the beginning of this job and how good we're doing going into further steps of it. So
okay.
Because getting past this barrier is just the first problem. And this is kind of what that deals with. And then we have other problems past that we have to deal with on the fly.
What was that page number again? I'm sorry.
128 is the page number.
Thank you. I'll go to it right now so I can read. I'm sorry. I should be reading this stuff.
No, it's okay. None of us looked at this before either, so.
Okay, engagement roll. Okay, Once the players have chosen a plan to provide and provide its detail, the GM cuts to the action. So at this point, you're just deciding on a plan. So what is your plan?
But our plan is to stealthily deal with the problem without being seen, and the detail, the point of infiltration is that barrier that's in the way.
Yep.
You have to get through that barrier. So
And then there's a second trouble, which is cleansing the grave so that the thing feels soothed.
Exactly. That comes after this, because this first roll kind of tells us how well we're doing with that barrier, and then we have to deal with that. Or we might just blow past it if we broke it.
Okay. Describe the screen. So I've already described the scene. This crew starts operations. First obstacle, how is it established? The way the GM describes the starting situation. I already told you you're very close to already getting past it. You can feel like the physical pressure of it. So just like require maybe like a prayer or like getting some spirits to help you cross through it. You know, something like that.
That you're like halfway through that paragraph. Keep going.
Yep. The troublesome operation turns right. This is rather than expecting the GM to simply get it right each time. Use a dice roll instead. This is the engagement roll. The dice roll is a fortune roll, so I have to roll. So starting with 1d for sheer luck, modify the dice pool for major advantages, disadvantages that apply. Major advantages. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? It's pretty bold. This is a thing that's running down people with guilty consciences. You all are scammers. You all kind of have one, so take plus 1d.
I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, we're just going through a graveyard.
Yeah.
That's not.
Have you been hurt by this chariot?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
and
so
it is a Chariot of Tired.
Dangerous. So
yes.
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the operation
sure, is this the thing's home, or is it just where it gets its power? Does it come back here, or is it just?
This is just where it's coming from.
We roll to figure that out?
Yeah.
Is there any point in rolling more once we've sort of figured out this part?
I don't think there's any need to roll to.
No, this can be.
We're not figuring out what we know. We're figuring out like what is true in this world.
Yeah. And so basically, the results of this roll would kind of tell us whether or not we figured that out going through it.
But I don't want to figure it out. I just want to know forget it. Just forget it.
Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Take 1d. Yeah, it does, because it's basically going to cleanse them. So that's 2d. Is it overly complex? I would say not really, because it's just doing these two things. I think like anything with like 3 or more steps might be, but it's not really contingent on many factors, just really 2 factors. And this kind of thing, cleansing graves and spirit stuff like that, y'all, this is like old hat for you. You've all done this dozens of times. Can any of your friends contacts provide insight for this operation? Take 1d. So yeah, I mean, technically Justice knows a little bit about spirits, but not really enough. Are the enemies or rivals interfering with the operation? Take minus 1d. Yes, there is, in fact, an enemy interfering with this operation, so that's going to be minus 1d. So you have currently plus 1d. Are there any other elements you want to consider? Maybe lower tier target will give you plus 1d, or a higher tier target will give you minus 1d, blah, 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 blah. No, okay, so it's 2d.
Okay, so someone makes that. Just someone, whoever wants to.
I'll do it. Just 2d6.
Yep.
6.
So you got a 6. So what does that mean?
It's on the next page.
Okay. So engagement roll, critical, good result. You're in controlled position when the action starts. All right. So once you all are ready, you're in a controlled position when the action starts. So that means you start with controlled. So you know this is nothing to you. You've cleansed so many graves in your day.
And at the moment, the chariot's probably not in sight.
So this is basically us getting to that barrier, no problem, and we're in.
Yeah. So
how do we get past this barrier, no problem? Like how do we do this?
Hey, it's not. Or do I have to describe that?
I'm asking the other players.
Is actually when you've overcome the first obstacle.
What?
But it says critical is when you've overcome the first obstacle. 6 is when you are in control when the action starts.
Okay, so we're in the process of breaking through this thing, and nothing's going wrong.
Nothing's going wrong. Yep.
Okay, I have a plan. Well, I have an idea, I guess.
Okay.
So I have that special ability that allows me to imbue my weapons with spirit energy to fight against the supernatural. Also, we need to do loadouts, but
Oh yeah.
I want to imbue my sword with spirit energy and just slash the barrier away.
You gonna
Okay.
do your
I'm just
meme on
knocking
it?
it down.
Okay.
So we're in like the process of doing that right now. So I guess at this point,
The camera just cuts and you just hear ha 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 ha.
I guess make a
The
roll
X
then.
button appears on your screen. The X prompt. Gotta spam that.
But first, we need to do loadouts, right?
Yes.
I didn't-
First, you need to do your loadout. So I think you get 3 things that you can bring with you. So you're already bringing your sword.
depends.
It depends.
Okay.
You can do 3. That's light. 5 is normal, and 6 is heavy. Any items that are in italics don't have any weight. You can just bring them along.
And you don't have to pick which you're bringing. You just have to say what you've brought when you use it.
Yep.
As long as you don't go over your load.
Okay.
What's the distinction for the load? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, like what's the
It's-
penalty for going with
It's like the
normal
one
load?
thing I don't remember.
I think
I
the
don't
penalty.
remember
I
either.
think the penalty is minus dice, but I'm not sure
Well, let me just double check.
because you're overweight, so you probably perform less well.
Item loadouts.
It says they're on page 57.
57.
It says determines your movement speed and conspicuousness.
Okay, so I guess it's just like we can probably have more advantages when trying to sneak or move fast if we're light then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go light then. I'm gonna check out these things.
I'm also gonna go light because this is we're trying to get this done quickly.
Yeah. 3 seems like it's good enough to get the job done quickly while still having stuff, just in case the chariot does come back.
Hmm.
All right, so now I'm gonna make my rec roll.
Yep, it's gonna be a wreck.
And this is a controlled position.
Yep, you're in a control position. I'm gonna give you a standard. Well, let's give you a great effect. Why not?
Right, because my ghost fighter thing that I'm
Yep.
using
That would
increases the
bump
effect.
us up, yeah.
And no bonus dice.
5.
5. So that's an action roll. That's page 23. I should really write these down. So I'm probably going to write these down somewhere so I don't have to keep scrolling to things. I'm sorry.
So controlled 5. Let's see. You hesitate, withdraw, and try to approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs, like you have reduced effect, or you have reduced effect, or you suffer harm.
Yes. And you end up in a risky position. So what do you want?
It's not really applicable here, I think. I mean, definitely not harm.
I would say do it with a minor consequence, probably the most applicable, because you're not like, or
Yeah.
a minor complication, one of those two.
Complication would make sense.
Yeah.
I'd go with a minor complication.
So you shatter it, you slice right through it, but it explodes when you cut through it, and it knocks you back and hits you against the tree, and you have a bruised back. That's just a minor complication. It's not.
That's lesser harm.
Oh, it's lesser harm.
Complication is
It's like
a complication that complicates the plan.
but it's minor. Okay, you've got some nuisance spirits that start showing up and just like pestering you, like
I have a
little.
suggestion.
Okay, go ahead.
What if I can only cut it open a small amount, like only a certain amount of us can get through at a time?
Oh, that I like that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, we'll do that one. So like
Who
you
goes
cut.
first?
Yep, you cut it open, but it's just it's this rock right here, just so we're clear. But it's a squeeze. It's like 2 people can maybe fit in there.
All right, who's the smallest?
You, me? Hiji, I think, is the biggest.
All right. So either I or Kalari would probably go in after Yumi.
I love how I have to go first, even though I'm the worst at fighting.
I'm not really the magic type. I'll stay out here and keep watch.
All right.
This is discrimination against small, sneaky fox-like people.
I won't be much help trying to, cleanse a grave.
Same.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, I guess you'll probably take point cleansing the grave, and I guess I'll act as bodyguard. I can do
Yeah.
some spirit stuff, but
I was about to say, like, that's the only thing. I could probably do the grave cleansing part if somebody else can do the keeping me from dying part. All right,
all right, can
let's do that.
What do you cleanse in the grave with?
I have the charms that I usually do.
Yep.
I also have a suggestion. There are teamwork rules and group action rules on page 134 for complicated things like this. Make it easier.
Let's see.
We've done assisting, which is take a stress and gives someone a +1. You can also lead a group action where a bunch of people roll. You take the highest results, and then the leader takes stress for people who roll badly.
So, really quickly, would I be able to find like a stream or anything close to, or like in the area here?
There isn't a stream for quite a distance.
Damn. Okay, that's fine.
Why do you need something specific?
It's a Shinto thing. Things like flowing water, etc. Because it's not evil or corrupted things to them are not like we would think of it as more of a stagnant. So one of the ways of actually cleansing an area is introducing like flowing water or something to it.
Well, that sounds a good opportunity for a flashback then. To have prepared this in advance.
I think I probably this stream.
So knowing that I was not going to probably be able to find a stream, I think that Yumi does actually bring along with her pristine water. It's not quite the same, but it might do in a pinch.
All right, sounds good.
Do a group action, I do have pretty good attune. I've got a 3 in it now.
So you still do on something like that. You still do a roll to have that stuff to start the process. Because we still have a clock we got to run down for this grave.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, since that was like kind of an ordinary thing, there's no stress involved. You can do it. You still make a roll or something. So like,
it's also going. I'm also going to let you know that it needs at least a headstone or some sort of reverential object. So just water alone is not going to give you. Isn't going to give you. It's only going to give you a limited effect. If you want a standard or great effect, you're going to need to do more.
But you need some sort of roll related to getting that water.
Yes.
So I would say survey.
Whatever you think is appropriate. I mean, you could just have it and that you're using it now, but it's really this is just what sets up the roll to be able to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't stress too much about how she gets it.
Yeah.
She can just draw it from anywhere, so you have it. Don't worry about that. Never mind the survey roll. But to pour it? That sounds like an attune, or like I would use attune for that. Yeah.
So if you wanted to do a group thing, I could also join in for attune and say that I'm helping by, I don't know, like figuring out a spirit path, like trying to get water to flow. So.
Yeah, I think we should do that as a group. That way we can sort of pull our resources here a bit, like figuring out how to.
Sorry.
Figuring out how to sort of position the grave and set it up so that it's everything is in order and nothing is out of place, kind of thing, which is more of an attune kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do we for that?
So for help, you just get +1.
Okay.
Doing a team effort is more for you at least like 3 or more. You're doing it.
Ah man.
Or people have better rolls.
So it sounds like Fefner, you're gonna make the roll, and Alice is helping you.
Or is it the other way? I think Alice is doing the roll and Sensui is helping. So take 1 stress, Sensui.
Yep.
And I will give you a standard effect for this because you are just pouring water and looking and attuning.
What position is it?
Risky.
No, we're still in control.
You're still. Oh yeah, you haven't done anything to make it risky yet. So yeah, you're still controlled. You got a 5. Still doing well. Okay, so again, you hesitate or withdraw or try a different approach, or else you do it at a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you suffer lesser harm, or you end up in a risky position. I'm going to say that you're ending up in a risky position to raise the stakes a little bit here.
Yep.
All right.
So
Yeah, I
you
wonder
pour
what
the
risk
water
is.
and you hear like you feel a disturbance, like there's almost like a harp string has been strung, and you can feel the reverberations.
So we got something's attention. Does anything immediately show up, or is it
You're just in a risky position now.
okay? All right. So next, probably figure out we should probably find some kind of like stones to pile here, so that, like, it has an actual marker, and I can actually slap some charms onto that.
All right.
I could
use-
I
oh.
hunt for something. Finding
Yep, you could hunt for something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right,
Be right back.
I'm gonna do that. We're in risky. I'm gonna take greater effect because I have my crow to help me
Okay.
with his very good crow eyes.
Yep.
And just 2 dice.
4. All right, a 4 is going to be good enough, but it is you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have a reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. So, what do you want to happen?
Let's just say reduced effect on this one because, like, I'm still not being actively menaced.
All right. Well, that's enough to cleanse it. That's a 10 on the clock. So you have dispersed this entity without any issue, and I'm going to reset the clock. But you, once you find the heads, you find the stones, you put them down there, you set them down. You hear like a scream in the thing, through like the energy in the air, and you see the chariot come barreling towards you, but then it just fades away.
Oh, we did it. We did get fucked up.
You did it. You rolled really well.
Yeah. Go
There
team.
was another enemy that I wanted to introduce if you guys screwed it up, but that Breadmaster showed me. So that's not the end of the fiery chariots. You still feel a disturbance in the air, Sensui and everybody else who has a tune. I'm also going to put the flame chariot on the map real quick for just a second, but then delete it as it comes barreling towards you. It then fades away.
We did it.
Crumbles away like a Final Fantasy boss.
And everything will be
No.
good forever.
Sense it, because we all have at least one point in a tune now.
Yep.
Since we just did paperwork and suddenly everybody can see ghosts just all the time.
What kind of proof do we get from this that we could, like, give to the constable or whatever? To give us
Well,
money?
when it fades away, it drops a shard. A mirror shard.
No. That's money in the bank.
I suppose it's proof, but do we necessarily want to give it to him?
You can just show him that you have it. I mean, the other thing is, it's not going to be. I mean, you could just convince him with a dice roll in the downtime.
Can we just say, how about this, Jenner? Can we just say these shards are coins, and that's the coin in this? That makes more sense to me.
Unfortunately, no, because the shards are a plot item.
Yeah.
But you can
also,
trade.
like coin is like special stuff. Like, can we say, how about this? Because then we're basically, when we're spending it, we're exchanging those for coin and then spending the coin.
It's for those who are willing to give you coin, yes, and that's pretty much what's going on. Is you exchange this for coin, but you have to pick who you exchange it to because those are the factions, and I tick up the factions as you pick a faction. That's why we have the devil faction. That's why we have the other factions on the clocks.
We need to figure out ways to get rewards. Other than that,
Since we also looks over at Yumi once the topic of shards is brought up. Just a quick glance.
Nothing
She
out
will
of
not
sorts
meet
here.
your eyes. Like, I don't know. I don't know why you're looking at me. That's weird.
There is also the shard with the Tsuchinoko if you guys want to go check that out. But there's still this disturbance. Like you can hear like you can hear wheels now.
Well, should we take care of this now, or should we go back? That went pretty well, so we're doing okay.
Yeah, you
but,
did
like,
pretty
no
good. We could end the
extra
session
forward
early,
planning.
or you could take care of this other wheel
Time
monster.
for more downtime.
I mean, that is an option. We can just drop a score and leave.
Yeah.
Right, but we did the score.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
the main
score's
score. This is just another.
We can get downtime before taking another score.
If you
It's true.
think about it, provided these aren't directly connected to the chariots, we've got one job done. That becomes another job. You know how employers can be sometimes. Kill two birds with one stone, and you only get paid for one bird.
You got a point.
Yeah, let's wait until somebody wants to pay us before we deal with this other problem.
You're going to meet a very, very, very special person who's going to want you to deal with this problem. Thanks, Breadmaster, for this problem. You head back to town. Prellis making a very long meow. I'm guessing you head back to the bar.
Prel done
Guess
to
we need
decide
to
our actions for
discuss
us.
who's getting these shards.
Who picked up the shard?
Probably Kalari.
Kalari is the
What
most
if we
responsible
just-
one.
Keep
guess.
all the shards.
For what reason?
I don't know.
That's
To
the
the highest
problem.
bidder,
We
leader.
Here's
We
the
can't-
problem. We can't eat shards.
Yes, we can't eat them. We don't really have a use for them. Everybody but us has a use for them.
Yeah, everybody but you
We
wants to
don't.
put the mirror back together.
And we don't have any reason why that'd be a bad idea in character yet. So why would we question it? They're just artifacts we want to buy.
right.
Well, personally, I don't particularly care for the idea of giving it to the constable because, well, fuck
Fuck
the
that
police.
guy. Yep, fuck that guy.
I can't say I'm terribly interested in giving them to Michiko, though.
Why is she
Well-
so loud?
Yumi, would you have any ideas of potential investors?
I have a couple. I have a question for the DM.
Okay.
Did the devil say I had to give her more than one?
No, technically she said any shards you find, give to her and she will reward you. That doesn't mean you have to. You only owed her one.
I think, well, we do have a standing order from the local magistrate who wants these and is willing to pay cold hard cash.
Well,
Also-
cold hard coin.
But also, Michiko will pay us.
Yeah, Michiko will
Coin
also
for-
give you coin.
I mean, if we're worried
We get the
about-
same thing from both. It's just which one do we want to side with in the end?
Here's what I say. We need money because we have to eat, and we have to maintain our lifestyles, and correct when we get messed up by spirits. We can just sell them to one of them, decide the least worst one, and then if there's a problem later, we can go steal them back,
That's valid.
and that'll be
Sounds
a
good.
proper heist.
Sounds very good, actually.
So, in my opinion, giving them to the government's a bad idea. Because stealing from the government's going to be a lot harder than stealing from one shrine maiden.
It's true. Well, one badass katana wielding ex shrine maiden. Yes.
All right, that's fine, but the constable has the military eventually.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how much he has at one point, but if he asks enough, they're going to send people in.
They will.
Yeah, he has the military on his side. Not good. Michiko, on the other hand, probably has more of an idea of what to do with these, for better or for worse.
And we can, cause there's a bunch of them, so we can give them to her for now, and we can investigate separately when we have time. And then if we find out something bad, we'll change our mind and do something else. But right
Right.
now, we cannot just sit on these things forever because we need resources.
Yeah.
You have 2 shards. You can trade those in for 2 coins.
Sell the Michiko. I'm voting.
Yep.
That
I also
seems the
vote
best
Michiko.
idea for now.
All
we'll do
right,
that
so
then.
you head over to Michiko. She thanks you for the shards and takes them covertly from you. And then she looks at you and says, "So, about what Lady Sasaki told you last night," she looks between you and Kalari. "Have you told the rest of your friends?"
Did I? I don't remember.
You have not yet.
No,
Do you plan to?
I don't know.
I see. Well, if you do, I would like assistance for the thing that he is doing. The stuff that the people, the beings that he is stealing are being harmed. We are finding corpses, partially eaten, in the wood when I go out searching for these shards.
We will. What do you think we could do?
Defeat the evil.
Yes, but I mean more practically, like a concrete goal.
Well,
Like,
how did you get these? She holds them up.
well, this one we got from
Why should we
flaming
tell you?
chariot going on the.
Oh, I should because I'm am I not paying you for your services? I am an employer and I'm seeking to give you more employment.
Yes, but you also seem fairly capable of getting these yourself. If
I am unfortunately
and I
not
wouldn't want to
capable
ruin my business.
of getting these myself. I have been, and her expression twists, limited. I cannot, she scowls, touch them unless they are given to me.
All right, here's my real question. So we can be going around, trippies into the woods, exercising every minor spirit we see, and get these things for you. But that's not really a good use of our time, ultimately. Like,
I don't think minor spirits have them. I think only the major spirits do. These are pretty large shards. There can't be many more of these left, though. She counts she has 3 now, right? Yeah, she counts. She looks at the 3 she has and then frowns a little. If I don't have the full set, I won't be able to cleanse this place and set you all free. That's what you want, right? To leave?
Oh yeah, I never actually tried to leave yet. I forgot about that.
Well, I do invite you to try. But the children are being harmed, and surely you care about children. You care about families.
Yeah.
She says, looking
Okay.
at Kalari.
Jenner, what I'm actually asking is like a lead for a new plan that's a little more intensive than just going down and like purging a grave in the woods. Like imagine like a heist. Like you gotta break in somewhere and like steal a thing, or you gotta like free something, or find some information from like the
theory,
Lord's, like room or something.
Well, she sits down quietly and draws you in closely and says, what I would like is, while I want this demon destroyed, I think we should go to the problem at the source. Lady Sasaki has promised to open up her room to you tonight so that you can sneak into the monastery, set the children free, and I will give you 2 coin.
Let's see. Is that a fair payment for a job like? Because there'll be guards, there'll be locked doors. What do you guys?
Do we care?
Do you want 2 coin? Ultimately, we're doing this for resource and money. Let's not forget this.
I believe there's also a shard in that building.
It's a possible 3 coin.
It's possibly 3.
What do you guys think?
Now it is locked away, but Lady Sasaki should be able to help you get into it.
That seems a fair deal.
Sounds all right to me.
This will probably have to be a split session because I don't want to play for much longer than 30 minutes. I think this will take a little longer unless you roll really, really good.
We can
Well,
downtime it.
I'm just really trying to figure out the next one so we can kind of have that slotted for next time. Then we can do downtime.
Yeah, we can do a second downtime this session and then just do
because we
downtime after.
did an easy job on purpose because we're still fucked up a little bit.
Yeah,
well, at least I am.
All right. So first things first, we still didn't choose a special ability. So did anybody read those, or should I just read them out real quick?
I'm gonna just delegate this to Fefner and let her decide. How about, who's with me?
I don't want to give her more work, but like,
I mean, it's less.
I also don't want to spend 30 minutes arguing about
it's less
special abilities.
The fact that it's work and more just it seems unfair to.
All right, what page is it?
Just, well, it's actually on our crew info. I just have a separate section for abilities we don't have yet.
Okay, let me see. Let's see.
But yeah, I just figured it might be unfair if I were the only one to choose. I mean, again, if you want.
Let's do. Spectral Hand looks good.
That's the first one.
Yes. It does. I looked at all of them. I like that one.
Uh-huh.
Because I want. Because
you just didn't read the first one on the list.
No, let's just do more things.
All of them let us do more things.
I meant the downtime actions.
We can just have Justice go around getting new assets for us.
Yeah, or they could work on some long-term projects they're working on, like getting rid of that butthole spirit.
I will show the crew info. Yeah, it's Shirimi. Oh, you already updated the coin. Thank you.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
But I think that one's the most practical right now because we don't really have a specialized crew yet, and that's just more. That's just like more legwork that they're doing for us.
Yeah.
As opposed to we don't have a patron or we
I'm
don't have anyone who actually has like a super occult stuff or anything.
You can upgrade. Yeah, you can upgrade Justice's tier, right? Out of curiosity.
Probably.
Okay, we'll look that up later. Don't worry about it for right now. Just a tier -1 spirit isn't going to be particularly useful to you, but I have already established that Justice is kind of incompetent and likes to blow things up.
Well, her tier updates as the crew tier updates because her crew is 1, she's 0. If the crew became 2, she'd be 1 then.
That's true.
Because it's tier -1.
But yes.
What? Sorry.
It's fine.
I don't remember. So that just updating the crew would do that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, spectral hand makes sense.
All right, go ahead and add that in. Thank you. All right, so you've got your special ability. Let me read what spectral hand does. During downtime, one of your cohorts may perform a downtime activity for the crew to acquire an asset, reduce heat, or work on a long-term project.
I think for now, probably just an asset, right?
Yep,
or
they can acquire other assets for you. Or work on the project. I mean, Justice knows all about justice. Else, why would his name be Justice?
My paralegal Justice.
Yes, your paralegal. He calls himself Justice.
I guess it depends on if Asahi needs a partner.
Yeah, he goes and works for Kosei.
All right. Well, so I know what I want to do for my downtime.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So first, doctor, I want to clear out this concussion.
All right,
it's still affecting me pretty badly.
Let's take you back up to him. He's still just as scornful to you.
Yes, I'm back. It's the next day. It's been some time.
Yep.
I'm just getting another, he's getting a checkup.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll it. You don't gotta freaking role play this.
Yep. Nope. 5. You did it.
So that's 2 more.
Thanks.
So that knocks down to 1 instead of 2. Thank God.
So no more minus dice.
Okay, so that was 2. So it's clear. Okay. And my second one is I want to start a long-term clock, a long-term plan to research into what the fuck's up with these shards.
Okay, shard research. I'm gonna put shard research. I'm gonna remove the shard research entities from the season exclusives and move it into a long-term project, like you said. So yes, we will do that. So long-term project. Hold on, Sugotsi.
And clocks range from 4 to 12, depending how complicated they are, it looks like. So that's just what this says.
Mm-hmm. I went to add a clock. There were a lot of different.
And then
numbers
the
for
second,
it.
yep, the second long-term project is,
Sue the Goatsy Ghost.
yep. Hold on. And this is investigate shards.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and do you want to? Did you just starting the long-term project? You do make a roll on it, right, to set the
Yes.
first talk. Okay, I'm gonna say
that's just the first project of it. That's just the first progress on it. So you pick the difficulty, like total ticks, and then you make a roll to like get some progress on it. I'm gonna use hunt because I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna just go back over all the places we found them in the woods. I'm gonna try to find like common things between them, and just see if I can find any sort of hints out there.
I'm gonna make this a 15. Well, I'm gonna make this a 10 count, but it's gonna be a slow progression. So this is gonna be a standard effect of, a limited
It
effect.
could also just be like it would lead to a new clock after we get some information. Too.
Valid.
No. All right. So I think it's just fortune roll then, because I'm not risking anything.
Yep.
There's no downside. It's really I just don't get stuff if I don't do good.
Yep.
So I
got a 4. So that is
I guess there'd be
2 ticks. Yep, 2 ticks.
Okay.
So you're at 3 out of 10.
I'm following lead and checking it down. I'm trying to find. There's got to be some evidence out there in the wilderness where we can find these things. There's got to be something.
What I can tell you now from just like from your initial hunt and scouring for this is that Michiko is correct. Only powerful, significant spirits have these shards, and that means that the Goatsy demon has a shard.
That means
the
that
Shirani.
the Sukunocho are significant.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously.
Of course. So just going out busting all the spirits, and the best way to get rid of all these spirits is to, you believe at this point, and I can tell you this because you've already seen the mirror, is to rebuild the mirror and then cleanse the world on the other side of the mirror.
Okay.
Through a ritual.
Why did I have 3 ticks on that? It should be 2.
Should be 2? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't start at 1, it starts at 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Loker just got a good roll, so you got 3.
Okay, thank you.
And those are mine.
All right.
And we gotta decide, everyone else and then the crew, what their one is.
Yep. Back to the bar.
All right. So before I get to my actual downtime activities, I'm gonna continue probing Yumi.
Have fun role-playing, girls.
So, Yumi.
Mm-hmm.
Am I incorrect in remembering that we had 3 shards we were supposed to sell?
Well, to be honest with you, you'd know better than I would. I haven't actually seen most of the shards.
You carried one, dear.
I did, briefly.
And where did it go?
Do you want the easy answer, the baffling answer?
I mean, everything's baffling where we are. Just go with that.
I put it in a tree.
And why is that?
The
Because
voice in my head told me to.
Because I had to.
You know, usually I think baffling because ghosts, but you're just really not telling me anything here. Why would you have to? Did somebody tell you?
I really don't know how to explain this.
I made a deal with the devil, you see. Yeah. You might want to take her someplace privately to tell her this.
Yeah, I think actually that's something I would do. Would you mind having this conversation somewhere else?
Of course.
All right, you probably just grab a private room at the Gold Bullion and settle in and go ahead and continue the scene. I'll just
While I try to not feel too bad about the fact that I'm pretty sure that I do not know how to erase memories.
I am going to put you guys on just exact opposite sides of the room, nowhere near each other. Ushiyama, why are you here? Get back to Ushiyama here.
So, have you ever heard of the phrase "making a deal with the devil"?
Of course.
I definitely have too, because that's definitely a phrase that they use in Meiji era Japan.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You didn't give it to the magistrate, did you?
Honestly, I wish I had, because then I wouldn't have to be explaining what happened to it. I made a deal with a very scary presence, because otherwise our attempt to free our would have gone very badly. It
It already
already
went
went
badly.
badly. It would have gone worse.
Mhm.
It would actually have been far, far worse. And I had to pay for that deal with a shard, which I put into a tree, as I was told.
Oh, you should have gotten a
And-
coin for that, by the way. So increase your coins by 1.
Well, Yumi has one more coin.
Yeah, Yumi, you have a coin.
And that was the deal. I'm not-
So, you did
How it-
get paid?
I got paid in the good feeling that it gave me to do work for the devil.
Shardica's coin. Shardica's coin.
Well, okay, out of character. I did not know. I had forgotten I had a coin. So, in character. Well, see, it was. We got paid in the sense that none of us went to jail forever.
Surprisingly benevolent, but... So now we just have a mirror shard somewhere where we can't really account for. That's not
Unfortunately,
terribly
yes.
great.
It is not ideal. I will give you this.
I take it you have no idea how to contact this devil, yes?
Oh, you can always contact this devil.
I could, but do you really want to?
Hot devils in your area now.
The
Devil
last time
Tinder.
I talked to her, she tried to convince me that it'd be a great idea to use her horrible powers to abuse my comrade. So I'm not very excited about talking to her.
Understandable. I suppose we'll have to keep this in mind. So...
She would be willing to pay for more of them, but again, I would rather not talk to her again.
Very well. You will have to explain this to the rest of the group if you can't figure out a way to fix this soon. But I suppose for now we'll just leave this undone.
I think I know how to fix it.
And how's that?
I think I can. I think I can come up with some money so that I can say that I pawned it to the magistrate, so that either way, the balance is the ledger. The ledger is all balanced.
But how do you?
Until we end up raiding the magistrate's hideout and we discover that we're one mere shard short.
Well, then
Because it's
that would be
probably what's
very
going to happen.
unfortunate. That would be very unfortunate. I wonder what he did with it.
If it gets to that point, I am just going to tell everyone else what happened, so either figure out what you're going to do about this or just confess, and we'll try to figure out how to deal with this entity.
I'll make you a promise. If I can't figure out a better way to fix it, I will take the fall for whatever happens.
That seems fair.
You could steal a shard from the devil. That would be an epic heist. I looked at the example score, by the way, and I now know how to play this out. So yeah.
Yeah,
I am
when I
actually-
was looking at it, it seems like maybe you should be using more smaller clocks than one big one for each one.
Yep.
The 10's kind of high.
Yep.
I am
was
actually
listening- I was listening
considering.
to a podcast. It was Arms of the Tired, and a lot of the ones that DM makes like 4 or 6. And basically, whenever a new complication comes in, you may add a clock because of that.
Yep.
Because like now there's no problem.
Yep. I'm learning how to do this. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. I'm also learning.
Also, yeah, like 100%. If something goes wrong, yeah, she's gonna end up trying to steal it from the devil. That's going to go very badly.
Well, this is how things go. You should take responsibility for botched jobs. And speaking of which, I should apologize to you as well. I did very nearly screw up the other day. Well, I did screw up. I suppose I should be thankful that you weren't so desperate to find this devil again to save my life, but either way, if I were alone, that investigation would have gone quite poorly, so I suppose I can't be too mad.
We'll work out what happens. It'll all come out right in the end.
Sensui nods and gets up, and so now that we're done talking about that devil, I still
Yes,
need to cure
downtime.
poisoned, so I'm going to do some healing clock, and while I don't go to the doctor, I instead go to the person we were just talking about.
Yes, you do. She greets you warmly and says, it's time to get rid of that poison, is it, my dear? Come
Yep.
here, precious one. Let us suck the poison from your wound.
Gross.
Alright, and what do I click to do
Just-
healing?
You click on the healing above the clock there on your sheet.
Oh, that's right.
Like it literally says
Yes.
healing.
Yeah, I clicked it, it just came up under the character sheet, so I didn't see it.
So how many dice is this healing worth?
Oh gosh, she
It's
is.
technically assisted, so 2?
Well, it's entirely based on like the skill of the doctor, how much they help you.
She is 4 dice of healing. She's a
Alright.
big deal. She's the devil.
Oh, but 4, so that only...
2 ticks.
Sensui over here is acting like she has no idea what I'm talking about.
Sensui doesn't know that her lover is the devil. She just knows her
Yeah.
lover
I
is
feel like
a devil.
I feel like she should have figured that out a while ago, though. I feel like there were signs.
Well, it seems that's not going to be quite it, Miss Airy. Apologies, but I do have other things to do today, so I must take my leave.
As do I. I bid you farewell. I will see you next time you need my assistance. By the way, those shards you've been collecting, they are of interest to me.
Really?
Yes. I know something of what they do, and I wish to prevent it from happening. See, the spirits that are traveling into this world, they're clients on this side of the world, and clients is coin. Coin, well, coin greases the gears of my I'm just gonna be honest with you. But you want to escape. That means we have to figure out, well, if you're in on this, how to make sure that you are able to leave, but the spirits stay. Perhaps there's a way to just lock away the dangerous spirits, but keep the more benign spirits around. Like that Shirimi? He's not causing too much trouble. But he sure does bring people in here who are traumatized by his antics, which, greases the gears, if gears are a thing that exist, of
It's
this
really
establishment.
weird that a butt monster would cause people to go to a brothel if they were scarred, but I suppose I can't really reason
You
with
know?
people who are panicked.
No, we provide counseling services and such here too, as you know, my dear.
Well, I will have to speak it over, and it's going to be hard to broach the topic, but considering our other two, well, I suppose three benefactors are maybe not the most trustworthy, I will have to consider it.
I can tell you right now what Michiko plans to do, which is cleanse all the spirits, which does put a damper on my business here.
Indeed.
But of course, you owe me. Well, you owe me, but that doesn't mean that you serve me, my dear.
Yes, the second one is purely voluntary.
Well, I deeply enjoy serving you. She winks and then gives you a pat and sends you on your way.
Now 4 people want the shard. Jeez.
There are
What's
4.
your other downtime action?
I think I'll probably just train. I kind of want more in sway, but I think I'll put a point in prowess because I only got 1 point each in finesse and skirmish. So she's just gonna go out and practice some swordplay.
Okay, you don't get accosted by the butt monster. He's
Right.
still around terrorizing people. Go ahead, Asahi.
I will say you're training with me because I'm also training prowess again. And I'm going to put another roll to my long-term project.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I had to remind myself what I had to do. Okay,
Maybe you can get help from the gang and stuff. Oh,
that's just going to be a separate roll later.
oh
I
yeah,
think.
that's right. Yeah, this isn't can't get help on these downtime. You're right.
I have a question for you. Oh no. What that means
Oh,
that
I pulled the wrong fucking book.
No, it should be
Nice.
the fortune rolls because there's nothing risky here. You might just not make progress.
For a long-term project, roll a trait.
Yes, but I believe the position is fortune, not anything.
Oh.
Because there's no
Well,
downside usually.
I don't think it
unless-
does anything.
yeah, it doesn't. You blur. Even though look, Kosei isn't actually helping you. You're just burning time in this library, not really getting much done. Kosei's kind of interfering, and Justice is telling you what to do, but all of his ideas are bad and wrong because they involve just blow. Why don't we just blow the Shirumi up?
Oh god, Kosei is convinced he knows the law.
Yeah, Kosei is convinced he
Oh,
knows
no.
the,
He has
without
no
having,
idea.
yep, without even having to do research. Oh no, of course this is the law right now, not understanding that the law changes.
1 to 3 does get you 1 tick though for long-term projects.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right, I will give
Yep.
you 1 tick.
Yeah,
So
1 to
you
3 is
make
1 tick,
project-
4 to
you
5 is
make-
2.
You make progress despite him.
Yeah. Just.
Oh,
This-
we
It
also have
doesn't
I
look
think
like I
that-
made
isn't the
progress,
third
but I
long-term
technically-
project finding the fucking baby's mother.
You do have a long-term project of finding the baby's mother. Let me put that
How
on
is
there.
The crew on that one.
Okay. You still have to do a roll for that, right?
Yeah, I think it's. There's one that knows a tune, right? So that'd be 2 dice.
Yes.
So I'll roll it with 2 dice, with 2 extra because I have nothing. Stand effect. 2 bonus dice. 5.
Nice. How many ticks is that? 2 ticks? Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think it's 2.
Should be. It might be 3.
3. Critical is 5.
Okay.
I think.
So it's
4
two-
and 5
two-
is 2.
Got it. Okay.
All right, we're making progress. Gonna find that mother.
Okay, who still has downtime?
I do.
What are you doing,
I'm gonna
Hiji?
do the same thing again.
Train and train? You're becoming so powerful. Okay. You get accosted by the butt monster again, but you ignore it again.
Ignoring.
It shows you its
I
butt
recognize it
anyway.
now, so it doesn't do anything.
Nope, you actually have to engage with it in order for it to show you its butthole. So You can't go to you with the demon, but yes, okay, you get that done. Michiko watches you as you train, and she offers to train with you.
Okay.
So she spars with you, and she's pretty damn good, actually. She's not better than you, but she's a pretty decent match. And she, after you are done training the 2 trainings that you do, she praises you and says, "My, you are a dangerous opponent. I'm glad to have you on the right side of things."
Yes.
Tell me, what brings you to this area of Issei?
Nothing in particular, really.
Just
It
running.
seemed like a good place to find work.
You know, you could make yourself become a real monster hunter instead of running these scams. You're actually pretty
wouldn't
good at
say
the
it's a
real stuff. Well, the stuff you'd been doing up until before this campaign, I'm gonna say, was just like house hunters or house hunters kind of nonsense, you know? But now you're doing real stuff. You know, real monster hunter stuff. Do you have any fondness for this town? Bless you.
It is a nice place, I suppose. I would hate to see anything untoward happen to it.
She frowns a little bit and crosses her arms across her chest and says very deeply, "Something terrible already has happened to it." This place has layers.
Like an onion?
Like an onion. And it is my responsibility to bring this place back to normal. I hope you will help me so that we can all have a more peaceful world. Meiji, Emperor Meiji, long may he live, she says with a scowl and a roll of her eyes, may do great things for Nippon. But
God damn it.
But this is something only we can do. Hopefully together, Hijikata, Toshizo. And with that, she sheathes her swords, waves, and walks away. We will spar again, perhaps. She has this way of looking at you that's just kind of looks into you. It's not exactly looking at you, but more like through you. All right.
That's not weird.
That's not weird at all. Yumi, you already did yours or no?
I already did
left.
mine.
Okay.
That's everyone, I think.
Okay.
The crew.
The
They did that. No, they did the baby.
They did the baby, and we ticked up the baby too.
Right.
Okay. So I guess that's the end of the session. Next session, I am going to have to plot out how you break in. You have to scale the wall. You have to get past the sentry.
We'll do that.
Scale the walls. Yep.
No.
Just
do
think
all
of
that
things
stuff.
that are in there that could kick our ass.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I gotta do. Like, the big thing about this game, I talked to a couple of my friends playing this, is basically let us dig our own graves.
Yeah, so just like think of what the security stuff in there would be that we could run into, the sign like a danger to it.
Dogs, sentries.
And then just think of like some vague, like for each of the different ways we could, all the approaches. Think of like, well, what would be the major, and then we even decide the first thing on those. So like, don't even think too much about this mall. Really.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. But really, like the main thing, just like I would just suggest like more, less intensive clocks.
Yes, I will make shorter clocks for like, for example, swimming through a moat or whatever.
Well, kind of, yeah. Maybe watch a heist movie.
I've watched a couple heist movies, but what I'll probably do is I will look for this stream of people playing the game and see how they do it and try and, if you want to link me that later, Jeff, and then try and learn from that.
It's a podcast. It's called Arms of the Tide.
Okay, Arms of the Tide.
It's the same system, but they call it's like a reskin kind of thing.
Kind of like what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, and what was this chapter? What was the page? It was like 137 or something. That
For what?
not gather info, but the establishing the engagement. What page was that on again?
That's the score. It's 125.
125. Thank you.
And then from there forward.
Thank you.
Right,
Okay.
Real quick.
Yep. End of session stuff.
Nobody rolled desperate.
I used tracking twice. I think just that one. I can't get a baby more.
All right, let's see.
I guess slicing the barrier open counts as violence for me, but that's the only thing I did.
All right, so let's see. I addressed the challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I did help out with arcane power.
You did do
that's
that.
1 XP.
Yep.
Expressed my beliefs, drives heritage or background. I would say so, yeah.
Yes, you did do that.
Actually, I also did the background thing.
You
because I
did.
worked on the
You
lawsuit.
did. You did
So
lawsuit
that's
stuff.
level. And I struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. I don't know if I obviously the vice is very involved, but I don't know if I struggled with it.
Well, she tempted you, but you just kind of walked away from the offer without saying yes or no. So it wasn't really a struggle.
Yeah.
She
I
has
got 1 level regardless.
She has too much respect for you.
Alright, I'm using the 3 I earned plus the 1 I had before that I did not know I could put anywhere, and I'm leveling up insight and getting another point in survey.
Nice. I am going to probably put it in a special ability that I will bring up next session.
Oh,
Nice.
I used scout. I didn't use my scout skill this time. God damn it. In fact, yeah, give me 1 more tick on that clock for the shards, because that was using scout to look
Sure.
at a target.
Sure.
I get +1 effect. Okay, I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Alright, I think...
Hiji didn't really do anything this session. I'm sorry, Hiji.
Nope. That's fine.
I should bully you into doing things more. You did quite a bit last session because there was a baby.
That's true.
That baby was still a problem. All right, I'm gonna. Well, does anybody have any other end of session stuff? Yui,
Nope.
Hiji, Yumi. We can do Yumi's off screen. I'm gonna stop streaming now. Okay, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.